It's one thing to have faith, but it's another thing to actually move in that faith. Join me as I believe. Poet, mother, teacher. Why not believe together? Hey, this is your girl, Shantri Smoot. So I am back with Sassy and Bossy series. Today's conversations come from just being a mom in general, because that is like one of your first priorities as a mom, is to actually be a mom. That is the first thing that you're over. The first thing that you're controlling is a mom. So I want to talk about how I managed with my child not speaking. My child didn't speak until he was like 3 years old, to be exact. And so, of course, with that came some speech delays, came some fine motor development problems. And so I just want to tell you guys some of the things that I did before we were actually able to get help. Because, of course, when you're waiting for speech, when you're waiting for him or your child, him or her to get evaluated, there's a waiting period. And sometimes as parents, especially if it's our first time experiencing that, we can become overwhelmed, or we can get to a point where we kind of somewhat feel defeated or feel like there's nothing that we can do. Let me tell y'all what, there is something that you can do. When I started dealing with my son and helping my son, this is no lie, I was on welfare. So I didn't have much money. I didn't have money, period. So I had to use what I could use to kind of try and help him. Because as a mom, I felt like I'm helpless. I can't help my child, and we're waiting for the evaluation to be complete. We're waiting to get linked up with speech therapists and occupational therapists. So what could I do? And let me tell y'all something. This is how it happened for me. I was just so frustrated that I just put my kids in the car and we went to a school supply store. And I talked to the lady in there. I told the lady, I was like, look, I'm trying to help my child. My child is having a hard time speaking. He has a speech delay as well as a fine motor situation too. And so she just took me back here to all of this stuff, and she was like, go at it. And there was a lot of stuff in there that was expensive, to be honest. I could not afford it. So one of the very first things that I did, I went to Dollar Tree. And I got little cards that had pictures. These little cards like this that had pictures. And I started out, in a sense, asking my son to point to the bird. So that way I had a clear understanding that he knew what a bird was, because he wasn't talking. So I asked him to point to pictures. Like, we started out pointing to pictures and things at first. I'm like, point to this, point to the heart, point to this. And so once I realized that he knew what they were, now it's kind of time to link the word with the picture. And for us, it wasn't so much focusing on the word as it was getting him to say it and the sounding and him looking at my lips. So tip number 2, I got him to look at my lips. So I would make sure I would say it slowly so that he could see my lips and imitate. Because even if he couldn't say it, I tried to prompt him and promote him to imitate it. And of course, every time he did something that was well or did something good, we did a high five. I got candy, okay, because you on welfare, you get food stamps, so you get candy. And so I was getting candy to congratulate him. And some of his fine motor stuff, Dollar Tree has so many little toys like this. I don't have them. I'm trying to figure out what I did with them. But they have these little tweezers. And so we would do exercises where I would squeeze him 4 or 5 times just to get his hands moving. And then I'll say, no, you do it. Can you squeeze it 5 times? And getting him to squeeze the tweezer 5 times, making the muscles in his fingers stronger because he had no grip in his muscles. The toys, we played with the toys. It was a twofold because we were using our hands. But I also say, toss me the ball. And he would toss, and I say, no, you have to say it. Ball, toss me the ball. Now, when I did get a little extra money around income tax time or whatever, I did go back to the school supply store. And so they had these pictures like this that got, you have all kinds of stuff in these pictures. So what I would do, I had the alphabet from Dollar Tree. And so we went over the alphabet, A, B, B, B. And so I would tell him to find the ball, B, B, ball. Or we had pictures in this in front and the back too. I love these. Some of my favorites. We had pictures with fire truck. Find the fire truck. Fire truck. And just reiterating the letter sound and different things like that. I'm no speech what is it called? Pathologist? Y'all help me. Because I know I didn't say that right. I butchered it, trying to think of it really, really fast. I'm just a mom, and I was just a concerned mom that felt helpless and wanted to help my child. And I know that there are some other moms out there that may experience these things or may not. And I mean, these are things that you can also, these cards, the letter sounds, they also help in reading as well. I got another trick that I could talk to you guys about reading and how I taught my children how to read. Because this is the Sassy and Bossy series, and we're talking everything from motherhood, from lifestyle, from career to business, anything you can think of it. I am giving you guys anything that I have within me, within the series. I told y'all the series was coming, that it was just more than Bible study. I'm going to give y'all that too. I feel inclined. I'm excited to do a devotional with you guys. Well, take you guys through my personal devotion and Bible study. But yeah, that's pretty much the stuff I did. Also scissors, but you have to make sure they're at a right age. But making them use the scissors early, because if they got fine motor delay or, speech delay or something like that, they're going to be behind their age group. So if you start them earlier at home, you help them get that little boost so they won't feel as behind when they get like in preschool or when they get with the other children. So I did do that. And always remember early intervention is early intervention is the best. I wasn't a teacher then, but I am one now. So it's practice, early intervention. These are things that you can do to constantly help them and make it fun, and always have some kind of reward, even if it's a high five or a big old hug. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I didn't have nothing. I was on welfare, so I had to get creative. I had to figure out some stuff for my kids, and I didn't really believe in my kids eating a lot of candy either, so I couldn't always use candy because I was kind of against it in a sense. Too much of it anyway. So, but those are the things that I did. Listen, if y'all like this content that I'm sharing, go tell a friend or tell a friend or tell a friend. Okay. Hey girl. Invite them over. It doesn't have to necessarily be a girl. It could be a guy too. Like I said, my first video started from a question my uncle asked me, and he's a guy. So, invite them over. Like I said, anything that I think of that I can give, that anybody can learn from, I am going to give it out. I'm going to try my best to show demonstrations too. I'm not that good at all this whole recording thing. Just bear with me. But I am going to try my best to give you guys as much as possible, as much as I have. So please like and subscribe to this video. I'm into this YouTube channel. If you have not done so already, share this video. If you know a mom that's struggling, that's feeling overwhelmed, that's feeling defeated, and I'll leave you guys with this word of advice too. Trust me, it gets better. And don't feel bad on yourself or about yourself as a mom. There's no handbook to this. Yeah, people wrote books probably about parenting and parenthood, but every child is different. Every situation is different. Every dynamic is different. So there's no one size fit all. Even the stuff that I'm telling you guys, it's not a one size fit all. But I'm telling you this, guys, in hopes to help, and that you can take it and adapt it and boom, boom, boom. Okay, make it work for you. Because basically that's what I did. I had to get creative. And so who knows what you come up with when you get creative. But you got this. Whether your mom, your dad, whomever, you got this, shawty. You got this. Don't give up. Don't be defeated. At some point, we've all been there. Remember, love with your whole heart, because I love you.